Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Create with Kayla. If you're new, welcome. Today we're going to be creating this kitchen. Actually, we're going to be remodeling this kitchen that I made for my toddler. And we're going to be using some Dollar Tree products as well as some products from the Habitat for Humanity. Alright, so here's my daughter's playroom. We're about to get started taking down everything that's on the walls. I'm going to keep up some of the stuff that I already like that I don't want to move. So right now I'm just going to take off the frame that I had on there previously. I'm just undoing these screws, and then what I'm going to do is sand off the excess glue that you see right here. It looks nasty. I'm just going to sand over that. Originally when I had made this, I had screwed this on to make it look like an oven. I used a frame and used wood glue, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this wood glue off, as well as we're going to cut a hole in the center of the cabinet. I am using a Dollar Tree sander here, so it does not sand very well. I should have used my sander, but I just ended up going with this Dollar Tree sander, and I'm vacuuming up all the excess dust. So right here what I'm doing is drilling holes to cut this out. This is going to be her pretend oven. I also have a jigsaw, so I'm going to switch to the jigsaw, but I'm just showing you that you can do this with a drill and just drill the wood out of it. Make sure you take the handles out. If you buy this from the thrift store, it may or may not come with handles. So mine didn't, but I had already started a kitchen for her. So I need to take those handles off so I could get this jigsaw to go inside. So with this jigsaw, what I'm doing is just cutting out, which is really easy. Jigsaws are actually very easy to use. I recommend getting it if you're new to DIYing, which I am, and I've never used a jigsaw until I used it. So I bought, I think it was like 20 bucks off Amazon. So make sure you get you a jigsaw. I'll actually list down below which jigsaw I'm using, so you can buy it on Amazon. I think I said 20 bucks, but it may be more than that. Alright, now that that's popped out, we're going to do some cleanup, and then I'm just going to sand the inside so it doesn't cut Chloe when she's playing with it, and vacuum out all the dirt. So here what I'm going to do is use my jigsaw to cut the excess wood that overlaps the kitchen. I'm just going to cut it to the length of the two cabinet tops. So I got this sandpaper from the Dollar Tree. It turns it black, so you might not want to use that on there, which is okay with me. I didn't mind, but I'm just going to clean this up as well. There was already a hole in it from when I used the pieces earlier, so ignore that hole. And yes, I do have black paint on my white shorts. Alright, so what I'm doing here is just covering up the back wall because I'm going to be spray painting this kitchen set black, of course. And I didn't want any of it to get on my walls. Yeah, that thing made me mad. I used this Dollar Tree shower curtain to block all the paint from getting on the walls. Alright, so here are the cabinets sanded. So what I'm going to do is spray paint them with this chalkboard black spray paint. I'm also going to spray paint on the inside. I actually ran out of spray paint when I was finishing this up, but I also use black paint to paint on the inside. So what I recommend is just spray painting the whole entire thing. If you have enough spray paint, which I didn't, but I had enough to cover everything on the outside. The spray paint I'm using is the Krylon chalkboard spray paint in the color black. Alright, so here's a frame that I got from the Dollar Tree in Japan. when I lived in Japan. What I'm going to use is this acrylic piece, which you can get an acrylic piece anywhere, or just use a glass piece of something. You may have to use some E6000 glue or something to adhere it on there, but what I did was I used this acrylic piece from this frame and I screwed it inside of the cabinet. Sorry, dropped the camera. I'm just trying to make this act as an oven so you can see through the oven. Here I am screwing in the screws to the cabinet. Here's a zoomed in picture of it. So I'm trying to get this at the best angle that I can. But you do have to hold it down and just try to press in and use very tiny screws. Whoa, that's just me trying to fix the camera to make sure you can see what I'm doing. It did crack once I screwed it in there, but it did work out overall. So here you're just going to see me screw in one more screw. So you just put the screws in all four corners so the acrylic piece can lay down flat. So next I'm going to screw that handle back inside of there. I got these handles from the thrift store and they were only $1 each. So I got a good deal for that. Like I said before, I ran out of spray paint, so what I'm going to do is use this black chalk paint and paint the rim of the white where you see the white, because I wanted it all black, but it was already white when I bought it from the Habitat for Humanity store. So what I'm going to do is paint it all black. Alright, so I made some leopard print decal stickers for the wall. So I'm putting these on there so Chloe can have a little pop to her room. Okay, finally we're here at the Dollar Tree stuff. So I got these Jenga pieces from the Dollar Tree as well as these little wood squares. What I'm doing is I'm going to create a stove top for Chloe, and I'm using wood glue to adhere these onto the pieces. So this is going to kind of look like a gas stove, and I'm going to also paint this black so it gives it that rustic look. Right now that those are painted black, here's some things that I bought from the Dollar Tree to create the knobs for the stove and also the sink. Alright, so I'm going to use these napkin rings and the black checker pieces to make the knobs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue these on top of each other and then glue it onto the wood. I tried to use super glue. That did not work out well. I accidentally super glued my fingers together, so do not use super glue. And I also tried wood glue. I don't think that's going to work for those. Even sticking them onto the wood, I would say use hot glue for the knobs and then use wood glue for the little iron stove pretend play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. I cut a hole inside of the wood to make this look like an actual sink. And what I did was took a white color pencil and I traced the bottom of the pan, which the pan is going to be bigger when you slip it inside of the hole. So what I did was right here is draw the regular circle, and then when I pulled it off I drew another circle on the outside of it to make it a little bit bigger for the hole. Alright, now get your drill or your jigsaw, it does not matter. I am new to this, so I need to stop trying to drill holes on the side while holding that. It's not safe, I know. Kayla's not being safe, but this is my DIY, so I do what I want. So I was continuing to be unsafe. My apologies. Don't say anything in the comments. Don't be mad at me. But I did get my circle cut out. I did end up using the jigsaw to finish rounding out the circle. So here I'm just gonna trace the sink that I found at the Habitat for Humanity store. I found this little piece to a sink. I'm just tracing it like I did the pretend sink, and then I'm just gonna take a drill and drill a hole and then kind of snuggle the, I don't know how to say that, fit or snuggle the little cylinder piece into the hole. And no, it's not drilled down, but it'll be okay. So here I am just putting this inside of the hole. I tried wood glue, that did not work. So now I'm going to use hot glue, which the hot glue actually did end up working if I can get this together. But I did hot glue down the sink as well as the knobs for the stovetop. Alright, so right here what I'm doing is I'm going to wood glue down the stovetop pieces, and then I'm going to hot glue down the knobs for the stovetop. So what I'm going to do off camera at the end is add a chalkboard with my daughter's name on it. I totally didn't get the footage, I'm sorry, but you'll see it at the end. Alright, and here's your final look. This is just a video of my daughter playing around in her new updated kitchen. She absolutely loves it and she loves to play all day in here. I just want to say thanks for watching. I know this video is quite long and there was a lot of things to do. If you do try this DIY, don't forget to tag me on Instagram, and I just want to say thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.